ɛso no ba be do Africa ha no mu a afi de abeka ho ne say we dem ye mienu ɛyɛ mienza what disqualify ho so person qualify dia jai nyenka baako anza na waba awurade adi sa awurade adidi ya so mu de ndende in Christianity nenso efiri mitra afi na jine kan ma me
but you know say me mbo title
title no
okay graphic showbiz influence of Mitraism on Christianity dating year 15th to 21st July 1999
we no obeka free ha no ebisi a but manya ka
haka me
you know prekon events
Mitra no
lamb no last supper no nti obeka ndi ababisi Christ nti free ha no ebe babisi
yo macho the same paper na making ka amount Tarsus, the chief city of the Tribulation and the home of Paul, was one of the chief centers of Mitra worship. H.G. well considered it highly probable that Paul had been influenced by Mitraism because he used phrases very much like Mitraistic ones. What becomes amply clear to anyone who read Paul's various epistles side ideal, which does not appear prominent in the report saying and teachings of Jesus. The figure of sacrificial person who is offered as an atonement for sin. What Jesus had preached was a new birth of human soul. What Paul preached was ancient religion of priest, altar, and bloodshed. Jesus, to Paul, was the Easter lamb, the traditional human victim without spot or blemish, who hands all the pagan religions. Mitra was sometimes termed the god out of the rock, and services were conducted in caves. Jesus' origin in cave is a clear instance of the taking over of Mitraism idea. Paul says, they drank from that spiritual rock, and that rock was Christ.
You go deep into the background of Christianity. So the big Paul at the Roma, or the Mitraism, and the Bible. Okay. And a Christopher also envy no munko mo chintin on bedidi. We Francis so to an among what it and sorry within the Roman Empire. And the baby obekubia no kunya convert no or ma constitute into a group that is afi. So ko baby fufu na bibi hamwa na so throw letter explaining the portion. Okay. And the ko ba say enunti see a first scriptures mu a the letters ni na chapter 1 bia no I Paul. Okay. We opinion na no oka. The mean fa ade no ho na oka. No say I Paul. Na so de betoto prophets of Yah na obo ade no omu ni din komo. Tell the children of Israel that I say that Daniel oyebi yeko Daniel behumbi yeko Isaiah behumbi yeko Jeremiah behumbi yeko Ezekiel behumbi efizana obo ade no omu na ni din komo ye ba New Testament na Paul letters no dia I Paul
this is the whole version in asesa
no dia ono no dia o de ba no na we na bo anu e ma ochimidi ebiebie en sorry nkakra ko si se afi ye kwachi no Roma ohu na wiye in 64 AD. Okay. And also about the kind bibi kakra bi and there some say men ko ekon we am general no ti on obuabua no yo efiriwa ebe ba bisi Matthew that's it there and a paper no ase edin no
paper ni yo bia
ase edin US News and World Report. Okay.
US News and World Reports. That is
date
April 22nd, 1991.
And a title
glad Pasha.
Now,
Titan a special heading. Okay. The momentous mission of the Apostle Paul. While Paul traveled by foot, by donkey, by horseback, and by boat across Asia and Minor and Macedonia, established new congregation, he reinforced his gospel to previous converts with a series of letters that has old even scholar historians will Durant called them among the most forceful and eloquent in all literature, not means as polished message for age yet unborn. The epistles were hurriedly dedicated and apparently sent off without reversions. Indeed, in Paul's lifetime, they were not known beyond the churches that received them. Paul was tolerated.
Okay. It is let us know Troy, Corinthians Mudieni, Galatians Mudieni, Philippians Mudieni, Ephesians Mudieni. Obia dear I am free ni coming to uncle baby. And the bisa who say a banny saying, and ya considered dra. Christian denominations say what if we are singing we are making we are the letter.
Okay.
Okay. Now we are more Corinthians and I'm more Philippians and I'm more a sumunwa Paul Betty one of my branches and answer deep. Trust me.
Paul was tolerated just barely by the original apostles in Jerusalem, and in the first 3 decades after his martyrdom at the hands of the Romans, the miserable Babel was nearly forgotten. Then someone gathered from the far front congregation enough of the letters of Paul and other
letters, no, it may be book move. Letters any tell their come home. Young company and baby.
Okay.
And the Paul, Yan martyrdom, no. It doesn't they say a Google communities one baby, uncle baby. A whole be because that's sister Ibiaba new movement Ibiaba. After you per se agent, they bet me a save no. Young farmer kind of collection, and the per se a Nafi. Yem bind it, the infamy bias. The poor the India were you one system.
Okay.
And until half will be, then someone came everywhere when we bring you know, and what they call you. And after activity ye, and the way universal belief. I mean, you time or cock, there's a time they hear me. They may become and talk off once a month. And after wave mono, and the name communities now. One year woman dear, woman share, no woman economy. And after 64 AD, no communities nowhere by themselves. Any woman, we do almost see a name, woman a congregation, you know, at Inyakoso. A course until 312 AD. Okay. And an emperor be a friend Constantine. Bye. So I don't know who's a Christian fragment of Christian groups war. And also when you Bible issue edit of Milan. As I say, obi su obi kwan, obi agide bia no. Yama no kwan. Yen tolerate other beliefs. And they make ampo no and then ma accept Christianity no. No no. We be brand no. Na ba be Roman Christianity. A new Roman religion, state religion, and a new Roman God. Only 312 issue editing 325 AD. And Omushia Council of Nicaea. The honor can say, and then the empire here a new religion and a new Roman God.
Okay.
Roman Catholic Church. Don't buy no be taking over. And a new religion, or can say I'm far abusum you do. yɛmfa mumum nenya baako. The Druid god of Europe and your friend Jesus, and Eastern Savior God, your friend Krishna. And the Oma Boma Bakundia, no officially your friend Jesus Krishna. Okay. And after you can say now Jesus Krishna in India, and then the official Roman God, or the about the Savior of the Roman world. Just like we are in the Roman Empire. Yeah. And the Roman world in India, we need to know. The Sabrina alphabet J, never mind until about the 9th century. Sabrina na India alphabet in the bank. D Jesus no H no Ebe and the J and the confer Jesus Bible. And was I catch there? Eusebius, no name Constantine. Say, we say we compile a uniform set of writings be. Now the answer branded gospels no. Now the email be who say this is the word and testimonies of the new Roman God. Okay. And you almost set it up and and you are now let us know I prepared be. Then someone went and collected no ebemu. The course side ni na buy. The buy no and we can say Monhwem de no momfa de anya no so montontwene na afi yenya New Testimonies and the New Testimonies no and be here New Testament. Okay. And there had never been New Testament anywhere, a Roman Empire, and this are New Testament a buy Sabrina no my edit because your friend is saying, Paul, a true about a risen Christ there, and then they are creating Roman God, and then they need Jesus Christ. And the whole kind of New Testament, and then know who Jesus Christ will want. Then Paul time. Paul never met anybody called by that name. Sabrina so na alphabet J be anywhere no be who say J ni the be free ni pansi. And the conversion no can say or the Jesus Roman for an edit ya the ababe shemwa ene ababe say a bar during Paul's time. How many time when they wouldn't be there, they know man risen Christ. And you know, and then you are going to Benjamin time, means we have could need any mood. And the memoir can the way ababe see somewhere here, do baby nam can say. The history of the New Testament.
Okay. That is the book. The Forged Origin of the New Testament. In the 4th century, the Roman Emperor Constantine united all the religious factions under one composite deity and ordered the compilation of new and old writings into a uniform collection that became the New Testament. What the church doesn't want you to know, it has often been emphasized that Christianity is unlike any other religion, for it stands or falls by certain events which are alleged to have occurred during a short period of time, some 20th century ago. Those stories are presented in the New Testament, and a new evidence is revealed. It will become clear that they do not represent historical realities. The church agrees, saying, our documentary sources of knowledge about the origin of the Christianity and its earliest developments are chiefly the New Testament scriptures, the authenticity of which we must, to a great extent, take for granted. That is Catholic Encyclopedia Fairly, Volume 11, page 172. Sorry, page 712. The church makes extraordinary admission about its New Testament. For example, when discussing the origin of those writings, the most disgusted body of the academic opinion ever assembled admit that the gospel do not go back to the 1st century of the Christian era. This statement conflicts with priesthood assertion that the earliest gospel were progressively written during the decade following the death of the gospel Jesus Christ. In the remarkable aside, the church further admit that the earliest of the extant manuscripts of the New Testament, it is true, do not date back beyond the middle of the 4th century AD. That is some 350 years after the time the church claimed that Jesus Christ walked the sand of the Palestine, and here the truth story of the Christian origin slipped into one of the biggest black holes in history. There is, however, a reason why there were no New Testament until the 4th century. They were not written until then. And here we find evidence of the greatest misrepresentation of all time.
Anthony Michael, even I say, so New Testament, Bible will free. Now kind of Paul say, dear. Mr. Wa, the time, you know, and no more kind, you do no any free any buy. Roman for buy, Constantine buy, Ubenya Roman Catholic Church. Now, or yes, or be boabo near man, religion be a was as he should be a son who may be born near the New Testament. And a man so then let us see by. Who say, or no free BBS, or can say a risen Christ. Yes, you have created Jesus Christ, and the Jesus number come home, now be Jesus Christ. And the 10 and say, New Testament be a master, so until at the time of Constantine, a year the obey year, or the Roman Christianity, a bar assassin. The popes became powerful. After them, they had political power. They can almost religious power no cry. Emma Middle Ages no Inquisitions in the amount of year no so end. Now when in 1517 German monk we are also or a Catholic, a friend of Martin Luther. Obeka said there be Pope for an idea of money and no money agreeing. Almost all indulgences, spiritual privileges. Okay. And you know, etia and the end of the opening. And a cofa the affair of Reformation a buy. Now Reformation a buy no any lead to Protestantism. Yeah, tia one for Roman for who we are Baby General now so and the cofa Presby, Methodist, Anglican. Name it. And I almost sweat you know. The Benya Pentecostal for free woman, any charismatic for free woman. And to be a Christian, new dear. The source of origin, you know, in free baby, I say Roman Catholic Church. Now, just before 500 years of Reformation, you know, sorry, it was Usu Presby. Now, evidence.
Okay.
We can have no, I don't pour about the kind her. Okay. Maybe I'm a mark. Time.
Okay. Presby mark 500th anniversary. Daily Guide, 6 October 2017. The Presbyterian Church of Ghana, PCG, has commemorated the 500th anniversary of the Presbyterian Reformation with a special Thanksgiving service at the Osu Ebenezer Church in Accra. The special Thanksgiving service, which was under the theme Living God Renew the Transformation Us, Living God Renew Transform Us, was attended by people from all walks of life. Maybe I'll mark it. Okay. October 31st, 1517, Martin Luther penned his 95 Theses, a series of grievances and critiques of the Catholic Church. Luther's criticism led to a split from the Roman Catholic Church and the birth of Protestantism, as well as Presbyterian Church of Ghana. Delivering a sermon at the Thanksgiving service. Okay. Bible. Okay. He said when Luther posted his statement at the Castle Church in Rothenburg, Germany, he meant to start a debate. Instead, it spread quickly and sparked a reformation and sparked a resolution